So I've started a realm under Windows 10 so that my sister Courtney can play. She's on Windows Pocket Edition, and as we all know, that they can play together across the realms. So, some weird things though. We are the only members of this realm, yet all my signs above this sorter have disappeared. We have no idea what happened to them. One time I came in here and they were floating as items, like they got knocked loose or something. And I put them back up, and then this time they're just gone. Plus, all my obsidian is gone. I don't have that as an item in a sorter because I don't mine a lot of it. But, you know, it's just gone. And we can't figure it out. Why does this stuff keep disappearing? So, there she goes, trying to find a cave she lost. But, item sorter. This is a noisy one. Let's take a look at it, and I'll show it to you. And I can make it taller anytime I want, so that's not a problem. But as we come down here, you'll see redstone circuitry. Now originally, I had a comparator detecting what was in the dropper. The droppers are all facing up. And then a repeater. And I brought the signal around, interrupted the comparator. That way it would keep checking for another item. And I was trying to power and go straight up in a ladder or a tower. The problem is it's too close to the comparator. So I could activate this first one, but couldn't activate the second dropper. So that's just with redstone. And if I put a repeater down here to power a block like that one's being powered, then the comparator never gets interrupted. And you need that for it to keep checking for additional items and sending pulses. So what I ended up doing is this. I stretched redstone in front of the entire line, which I probably don't need the ones that are in front of the hoppers or in front of the droppers, but when I separate them, everything slows down to a crawl. And this is my sort mechanism. It's a hopper sorter or a hopper filter added onto a series of dropper towers with one space in between. And I'll tell you why in a moment. First of all, if these get full, they're not going to empty out the hopper next to them because there's a space in between. But the reason why this works like it's hyperactive is this one right here. Let me see something here first. Okay, it's going through cobblestone right now. Anyways, right there. Now, what it's basically doing is, I call it a short circuit. It's a quick bud activate deactivate. And if you've ever accidentally done it, it can be annoying as anything. But it's the only way I could power this system without interfering with that torch. Or these hoppers, because I don't want to go locking and unlocking them at the wrong times. So, and this is my unsorted bin. So it also has a tower that goes straight up, and all I have to do to change that is throw a redstone torch here and put a filter in here, and you know, get the repeater here, 2 drops of redstone there, and a comparator there, and it will look exactly like all the other ones. And then I'll have to make another tower just for unsortables. So this is this is extremely flexible, easy to expand, which is what I wanted, and it's modular. Each item elevator or dropper elevator or dropper tower, whatever you want to call it, is independent. And these torches power both sides. Now, just for the sake of argument, I put these torch towers in between each and every one. I could have skipped every other one, but then you lose track of that. And if you get an odd one, then what do you do? So I just put them in between every one of them. I may separate that later if resources run scarce, but right now we're having a good time because my sister, Courtney, just keeps on bringing resources in. So when we see a need for something, I just build it. So this is one machine we've built. And the reason why I skipped and did every other tower, not just because the hoppers will unlock each other if they get full, and this way if it gets full, it just doesn't unlock. It just fills up and then ends up in the trash or in the unsortable slot. So when I start getting items that I know can be sorted in that unsortable spot, and it happens once in a while just by accident, but if it happens consistently, then I know that that tower is full. So we have redstone there. Yes, I can fill up a chest and it will empty, and based on the same technology I tried to work the towers, this actually empties down into a hopper, into a dropper, and that dropper is powered by redstone circuitry right here. And it's simply a comparator to see if there's anything in a dropper, a repeater to make it a full strength signal even if one item is in there, and just bring it around with redstone dust, interrupt this one right here, interrupts the comparator, so as long as there's something in there it just keeps on pulsing, and this redstone here powers that one dropper, emptying it out. So if we look at it, see, as fast as it fills up it's emptying out. And the item hopper is emptying out as fast as it fills up. So there we go. Uh-oh. Kind of closed myself in here. That's easy to get out of because it's just sand. So we'll close this back up so the lighting doesn't produce lag or whatever the technical term is. There we go. Now up here, these are simple chests. This is another benefit for alternating those hoppers and leaving a space in between them, because these are just simply chests. There are no trap chests to this system at all. That means the top holds a large chest worth, and I don't have to worry about going regular chest, trap chest, regular chest, trap chest. So no matter what, even as I open them, they continue to fill up, every one of them. So I can see if my sorter is actually working properly. And I had labels on all this, but I don't know what happened to them. And I'm afraid to hang other stuff above them, like, I don't know, object holders, because I don't want those to go away either. And this is my unsortable bin. And I dug out twice as much space, just so that I could keep expanding it as I wished and as I have resources to do so. Went right through this little hill, so from a distance you really don't see much. And that's it for the item sorter. Now, over here we have added on, of course, the portal to the Nether. And I had to get a resource pack add-on to give me XYZ coordinates in Windows 10 edition. And the same add-on, I believe, works for Pocket Edition. But it's not a feature of these editions at all. Okay, so here I've got a wheat farm. Not the hopper, the wheat farm. There we go. Only ever harvested it once, just built it yesterday. Simple. It's a wall in the shallows of the ocean, which means the dirt is always moist. I can make it 10 across. It'll still stay moist in the middle. Good for growing. Torches for light, because I don't have enough pumpkins yet to use them for general lighting. And then I'll start switching them. Over here, funny thing, Windows 10 Edition, Realms, Pocket Edition Realms. This tree has never grown. It's been here for 2 weeks. Has never grown. It just hasn't grown. I don't know why. But it's an observer-based tree farm. And when we get enough bone together, I'll make bone meal, and we'll have to fertilize it and make it grow. No matter how much light I have around here, it does not grow. And this being the collection chest for, yes, you got it, sugarcane and pumpkin farm. I've only got one level to the pumpkins now. I've got enough pumpkins to make a second level. But you've seen in my previous videos how I combine these two farms. It is observer based, and it does have an item elevator. Dropper base again, I love those. They're nice and inexpensive to make. The redstone components are easy. I have an observer checking out the sugarcane. And when it gets tall enough, it harvests the sugarcane. An observer checking out the signal from that observer. Because when it fires, that harvests the pumpkins, which as you can see, they have plenty of time to grow. And it's important that your pumpkins have plenty of time to grow. Otherwise, you're harvesting next to nothing. So I need to make a second level on here. And now I've got enough pumpkins to make the seeds to do it. Circuitry for the item elevators, same as before. Only a little bit more protracted because I want it to do everything. So you put an item in there, it checks, repeats, comes all the way around here. Got a repeater powering the block, and the block is part of a redstone tower, activating in alternating sequence all these droppers. And then this piece of redstone, believe it or not, gets powered by that block, interrupts the comparator, causing it to pulse over and over and over again, and it only operates when there's an item in there. So no items, no pulsing. Unlike my sorting system, everything was too compact to make that work properly, and I started wondering what was working about it because it wasn't actually working the way I expected it to. I found out that it was that little bud operation. I took every component out except for that line of redstone, and there was a lot of components to it. And it was still operating, but it got faster, but it got louder. So I do have the volume down, but this is Windows 10 Realm, which is the same program as Pocket Edition. And after the Let's Play Together update hits the Xbox, then the Xbox gamers will be able to join me. So what I'll do here to improve this is I'll probably watch this section of redstone, and when it lights up, it'll hit the next level of pistons, which will have a pumpkin farm attached to that, because I mean, come on, the sugarcane is like, I don't know, 8 times as much as the pumpkins, and I use more pumpkin than I use sugarcane until we find a village. We have found no village as of yet, and well, my sister's new. Courtney is new to this game. She keeps dying. She's gone through a couple sets of armor, but she's resisted the making of diamond armor, as have I, so she's not wasting resources, and she just gave up on making regular armor, or iron armor. So we will have to build a cow farm soon. So very quickly, didn't really get up to speed with the world that I was videotaping, but we got close. I said, still need to build a cow farm, which is a simple thing. And let's come down here. Underwater entrance to a home. No mobs can get in here. No mobs can spawn in here because I lit it up too much. And of course, to get down to a mine, sorry, had to run and take care of something. Anyways, the entrance to the mine, it's right there where that torch is in the middle of the floor. I have not mined a lot, just gone in a straight line that way. Checked out my map, said, that's going that way, but what I really want is some mountains I found. And yes, I have died or lost my map twice, so what I have to do is go this way. There's mountains down there just south of me. I'll mine my way to them. This is level 14 is where my feet are at, so my head is at level 15. And if I'm really desperate for stuff, we all know Bedrock, level 5 in Windows 10 Edition, Windows Pocket Edition. Not level 2, but level 5. And I stop there. As soon as I start hitting Bedrock, if I see something embedded down in here, I'll get it. But other than that, I don't mess with trying to get down underneath there. 2 beds, one for her, one for me. So yes, we can sleep the mobs away. They are not active right now. She has enough trouble staying alive just trying to walk. But I'm teaching her a bit about the game, and very soon she'll be ready to have mobs on, and then we'll have them on full time. From then on, there will not be any time without mobs. Also, there is a item generator, I'm going to call it, because I do not plan on fighting mobs for experience with it. What I plan on doing is putting just a flat spot of magma. Not magma itself, not lava, but the magma cubes, blocks, whatever they're called. Let me see if I can find them real quick. These. Magma block, yes, a magma block, not a source block, but a magma block. Just a flat area with a hopper cart running underneath it, maybe 2 or 3 hopper carts running underneath it to collect it, and then we'll let monsters spawn on that, let them die, because I like the string. It's not really worth it to stand there and wait for mobs to spawn, unless you've found a mob spawner in a cave or a dungeon. That's when that's really worth it. But what really confuses me is everything grows except for that tree. And I don't know why. So if anyone has any ideas as to why this tree just does not grow, let me know. Because that tree was on that island, so it should grow. It's the same biome. But I would appreciate anyone's input. And that's it for this world. You saw Courtney leaving, and she hasn't come back yet. So, it's almost ready to harvest this. We've started off with some seeds that she collected by accident. She didn't know she was collecting them. And we've only harvested once, and we filled this much, so we'll harvest again, and then we'll start building stuff up. And she's proactive in the building of things, so she likes to watch me build them, assist if I can get her to understand what is going on, and then I explain all the components to her. And I've got to. Yes, I do. The reason why I've got to is she wants to understand. She wants to learn, which is a great thing. So that's pretty much it. I'm waiting for her to come back. We'll build a cow farm. You've already seen me build one, so I won't have to videotape that. This was just an expose on why I've not been making videos, because you would see everything I've already done all over again just in Windows 10. And it's not much different, except for that signs disappearing off my sorter, and all my obsidian that I about 20 blocks of obsidian that I collected have disappeared. But I suspect someone was carrying them thinking they were coal, because they look very similar in Windows 10, and they died and lost them. But that's not necessarily the case. It could have been me that did something stupid, or not stupid, but not careful enough, or they could have just disappeared like my signs. I don't know. Like I said, mobs are not on, so it's not like there's Endermen walking around taking things, and they don't take items, they take blocks that are set down anyway. But yeah, if you have any ideas you'd like to see us perform or build a machine, if you have any ideas about why that tree doesn't grow, just in general, any ideas at all, we welcome. Please subscribe, pass around, get your friends to subscribe. We are interactive with our audience, or at least I am, and she's happy to help me with whatever I may need help with. One other thing, in case you're wondering about that big hole behind me, her first attempt at mining. I won't tell you about it except for she got stuck relatively quickly, and I had to go help and rescue her. But I've performed that function a couple of times. She's learning. In case, I don't know if I mentioned it, I believe I did. I do have coordinates on the Windows 10 edition, but only because I was able to get a resource pack, global resource pack, that displays coordinates. The map does not. There is no debug screen. In Windows 10 and Pocket Edition, you have no other way to get your coordinates besides cheating by typing in the teleport command, which only gives you coordinates of where you are, or a resource pack, which is a type of add-on that displays them for you. And this is the only resource pack I have ever gotten. I did not pay for it. It was free, just to help Minecrafters basically straighten out their portals, because they'll all link in the Nether to the same one unless you distance them out and build them. So you build one where you want to be, and you build one at home. One will appear in the Nether closest to the first one you built, but they'll link, and it's a one-way travel system. So in order to change that, you actually take your coordinates, divide it by 8, and set up a second portal, which then makes it a lot closer to the second portal you built in the overworld. And then you can travel between them back and forth in 2 directions, because you have a total of 4 portals. So that's the essentials of Portal Hub 101. And I had to learn it the hard way. Let's go see how my sorter's doing, and then I will get off of the video. There we go. Sorter's empty. Empties out at normal speed, fills up, or sorts and puts them up the towers at very fast speed. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. That's what I call a short circuit. You can't control how fast. And to show you how noisy it is, check this out. And that's less than halfway. So hello.